likely to make a Super Bowl run, the Patriots or the Titans?
Since we have a pretty defensive-oriented show, I'll look at the defensive side of the ball. The Patriots' defense is terrific, but it is the Tennessee Titans. If you look at how they were equipped, you can make all the faces you want, man, and talk about this. Derrick Henry is a monster, over 1,500 yards this year. And surprisingly, Ryan Tannehill is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL off of play action. And because of it, there are two teams in the NFL that have averaged 30 points or more on offense this season. That is the Baltimore Ravens with the presumptive MVP in Lamar Jackson. And since Ryan Tannehill took over the Tennessee Titans, it is them. Those are your squads. That's why they're making a run.
Right. A, you don't have to presume anymore. You can go ahead and put a stamp on it and send that trophy to Baltimore. Lamar's getting that. But I think I'm going to have a hard time winning this argument. Because I think the Titans going to win this game. So it's weird. I think the Titans going to win the game. But I see the Patriots more likely to make that Super Bowl run than the Titans. I know that's odd, but I know I'm going to have a hard time winning this argument because I've watched the games. You watch the film tells you the Titans. If you look at the stats tell you the Titans. And I make fun of people often for just going on some emotions or some whim. But I mean, this is the one time where I'm going to give in and say who is more likely to do it. Maybe it's the team who last year we thought, and I agree, I was one of those people who thought that they would lose just about every round, or not just about every round. I thought they would lose every round that they went on to win. I can envision that because it's happened. They went into the playoffs last year with a running attack and a good defense and a Gronk. I admit, a better team they have this year. But they went into it, and I expected them to lose to the Chargers. I expected them to lose to the Chiefs. I expected them to lose in the Super Bowl, and they kept finding a way to win. So I can't point to anything other than history. I know that, but I don't have to imagine it. Look at the video they're showing. We can see it happening. So I mean, it's hard for me to go a further step and say that I can see the Titans. I can see the Titans winning one game this weekend, but can I see the Titans and Ryan Tannehill and the young team and the young head coach continue to win for 3 weeks out of Wild Card weekend and then win a Super Bowl? I just can't see it happening.
Well, I mean, believe me, it hurt my soul to do this because every time people want to say, the Patriots are done, that's when they give you those runs. Right. You start putting on T-shirts, putting on hats, and picking confetti out of their hair. But I don't know if New England, I don't think they can beat Baltimore. I don't know if they can beat Kansas City. I watched Tennessee beat Kansas City, and they are built in a similar way as the Baltimore Ravens to be able to pound the football, Bart, and to be able to play good defense and take shots over the top.
I understand everything that you're saying, but you got to understand going into Gillette Stadium what that encompasses. It's not just about the physical. It's about the mental. It's about going against the best quarterback in the history of this game. And you talk about going against the number one defense. They have a number one shutdown corner who's going to probably win defensive MVP that can take away what's your strength in A.J. Brown, who's really emerged late in this season, especially once Tannehill really got going. But, you look at styles make matchups, and I love the fact that you bring up Derrick Henry and his ability to run downhill. He's a big guy, not an elusive guy. Me and you both played linebacker. We understand. Give me a big guy with a lot of surface area to hit, and I'm a guy that's going to make the proper business decisions. I know guys make business decisions during the year and decide if they want to get in front of that big locomotive when they come in. But in the playoffs, you think about what the Patriots are bringing into the table. They're bringing Hightower. Hightower is a big physical linebacker. Where they've struggled against these scat backs, people that can get them open in space. Derrick Henry's not running away from anybody. He's trying to run through you. I can't wait to talk about the Titans. I can't wait to see the clash of the Titans when these two mammoths get into the hole and see who's going to come out, on the other side. You look at what, James White has been doing. And everybody want to talk about Brady and how could you lose to the Miami Dolphins? Well, what did Brady do? Brady took them down and got the touchdown that they needed. He's done what Brady's always done. It's the defense that let him down. So if I got to pick one team to be able to do a short sample size and be able to game plan against an opponent, I got to take the team that's won 6 Super Bowls with the arguably the best coach and the best coaching staff in the game right now.
When you talked about A.J. Brown and them having the elixir and Stephon Gilmore to slow him down, last week was not a good week for Stephon Gilmore.
I'm glad you brought that up.
He played a big body receiver.
Bobby, we could go through your career and find one game and say you was trash.
You can find more than one.
So that's what I'm saying. It's unfair. With Stephon Gilmore as the defensive player of the year, probably will be, and you picking this one game and saying all of a sudden he trash. Now that's wild.
It's the type of guy that he's going against. Devontae Parker, big physical receiver. The same type of guy.
But you have to understand that they were going against an opponent that they face twice a year, so they understand what the Patriots were trying to do to him. Everybody knew that the cover zero was coming and Gilmore was going to be playing off, and there's going to be a lot of real estate behind them. But what comes off of that? self-scouting. And who self-scouts better than Bill Belichick? So he's going to set those traps for a young, inexperienced quarterback in Ryan Tannehill. I know he's been in the league for a long time, but he's been injured. He hasn't been on a successful team.
I mean,
First
I think
time in the playoffs.
we are doing this argument a disservice by focusing on this game alone. You are saying that they are more likely to beat they're going to beat the Titans than they're going to beat the Chiefs, presumably.
Because they beat the Chiefs.
And then beat the Chiefs.
And then stop it.
They beat the Chiefs.
Regular season and play season.
I know they beat the Chiefs, but come on, you're going to guarantee they're going to beat them also, and then they're going to go to Baltimore.
I didn't say I put my life on all this.
But I mean,
who is the
we got to
most
put something
likely
on
team?
it.
I can't see that happening. That's mind blowing to me. I can't imagine that.
You don't have to imagine.
Can you imagine the Patriots?
I do actually, because it hasn't happened.
Can you imagine the Patriots beating the Chiefs?
I cannot, and that's why. That's why I'm saying you don't have to imagine.
So you just said they did it. The Patriots just did it in the playoffs last season.
They did. This is a different team. Nick, when you watch it, there's zero separation down the field for Tom Brady's receivers. They cannot get this done against three good teams. The Titans are a better ball
I agree with
club.
you. That's why I said I'm gonna have a hard time winning this argument, because I know the stats and I know the film, but I also know
right on this side.
that my heart and my eyes, I have to have respect for what they've done. I don't think that the Patriots are gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think the Titans are either. But if I had to bet something that mattered between one of those two teams who's capable of remaking themselves and pulling off these unlikely wins, it's the team that's done it a ton of times in recent history. Just last year.
Mike Vrabel's got 3 Super Bowl rings on his fingers.
Okay, let me ask you this really quickly. If they lose, does the Patriots dynasty end this weekend? Real quick answer.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I think
Death Star. It's over.
Bobby, you haven't answered yet.
I think they could retool it and get back next year, but this is definitely the waning moments.
Yeah,
the only way you get away with what you're doing is because you have a Hall of Fame quarterback there. You know, people, listen, quality of life in New England isn't great. People don't like playing there. And the only thing that really rubs that over is the fact that you're winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I've had former teammates that played there. You've had former teammates. And if you ever ask, they hate it.
Oh, it's the middle of nowhere. All those things.
No, just the quality of life, going in that building.
Fun.
None of that
is
matters
not fun. You know what makes it the fun part of it?
Getting dubs
six
right.
Lombardis.
And if you take 12 away, the Lombardis aren't there. I'm a free agent. I'm not signing.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app.
And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.